important to work with an experienced and knowledgeable team who helps to ensure that you're making that right choice. I know that for sure, for you and your family. Nations Lending offers knowledge and the resources needed to stay current with market conditions and frequently changing mortgage programs, and those do happen as well. Don Riggs, Area Sales Manager, is an expert personal mortgage advisor. Always a great time to have you on, especially June. The rates were some of the lowest we've seen. I know I was tracking those. So how are we today? Where do we sit?
Well, we're not quite as low as what we were in June. However, today could be one of those historic days where the feds are going to lower the rates, which will be the first time since 2008. That won't directly affect mortgages, but in the long term, it will drop the rates again. So it's a matter of getting that down. There's a lot of people that have interest rates that are up above 4%, which they may have bought higher than that. They should look at, giving us a call, because there's 8 million homes out there, or 8 million people that need to refinance right now with rates that are higher than what they bought for.
That's why they come to you.
Right.
That's what I like to say.
Right.
So what can your lenders do to help out then?
What we can do is take a look at, their situations, see what the values are on their property, take a look at their credit scores, what their income is, and see if it makes sense to try and lower their rate. If they're only going to save a few dollars, it's really not worth refinancing. But chances are right now with the rates where they're at, they'll save hundreds of dollars a month.
So with home prices, as we know, they're still going up.
Right.
A lot of people think, hey, I can't even save enough for a down payment. That's always a concern. And I have no chance to really own a home. At that point, is there advice that you can share? Do you suggest let's try?
We can always take a look at what their credit situation is, their income situation, see if we have a program to work them into. There's a lot of different programs, such as CHFA, which is Colorado Housing and Finance Authority, that will give you, if you make $120,100 a year or less as a combined household income, you're eligible for that program. You can get a grant for up to 4% of the purchase price of the home, and that will also give you money to spend or to put down, saving your other money. A lot of times people can't get into a new home because either they haven't been able to save, they had some credit issues. It's a great program to get into your first home.
Well, and that's where you offered the advice. And so before you're thinking of doing that, you want to call someone, as you said, you're the expert, you had that personal touch, which is so important. The number is 303-429-2500 that you can call and ask those questions. Serving our nation's veterans is something very near and dear to your heart, and I know that. How do you approach veterans in that home buying process?
Well, obviously we have to look at what their credit score is. We have to look at what their income is. Are they eligible for a loan without the funding fees because they're disabled, those kind of things. But they generally can get 100% financing. We can also consolidate some of the debt through the mortgage and through the seller contributions and pay off. Maybe they own $15,000 in credit card debt or something. We can pay that off at closing on a purchase.
Now, speaking of that, you say the credit card debt and people with past credit issues. What would you say to people that are thinking, that's another thing that's really holding me back, I have no chance?
Right. The best thing to do is we can do loans all the way to 580 on a FICO score. Maybe that's not as impressive as what you want to do, but chances are, unless there's really any hard stops in there, we can probably tailor a loan to fit and give them a plan to refinance into a much better rate down the road.
Now, you find in your research that the Hispanic community might be encountering, oftentimes there can be, of course, that language barrier. In the world of real estate, there's a lot to understand, and they opt out. They said it's not worth it, but you can help.
We have Spanish-speaking loan officers, bilingual loan officers who have been through the process themselves prior to getting into this business, and they're there to help you. They really are. And we're members of the Denver Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, so we have Hispanic realtors that we deal with as well as our loan officers. There's really not a reason that we can't figure out a way to get that communication going and help them achieve the American dream.
Well, I'm going to take over here because you have some great testimonials that I'd like to share. So we're going to kind of do the bullet points of those. The first one says that Don took the worry and confusion out of the home loan. He listened, answered questions, they felt confident, and definitely you had the best interest in mind for that. And these are coming from different social media platforms. The next one is, The whole process was amazing, simple, and streamlined. I was updated every step of the way. They had the best service and would recommend to anyone who's looking for a loan. And then finally, the other one is, Don, it says that you really made the refinance easy and we're such a pleasure to work with.
Thank you.
So those are wonderful. Share a little bit more about your accolades in your company, because I think that's important for our viewers to know.
Well, for me, it's hard to talk about yourself.
I just talked about you. So how about your team?
I've been 5280 Magazine's top mortgage professional for the last 8 years. My team has an average social survey score of 4.86 out of 5. I've been in Denver all my life, so I kind of know the city. And you know, and then the top mortgage professionals, they've also nominated me for that as well. So.
Well, you're a pretty good guy then.
Yeah, you got to
work hard.
You got to work hard in this business. You really do.
And be kind to people, and that's what you are. So
that's it.
Thank you for sharing everything. And thank you for letting me brag about you.
Oh, thank you.
From now through the end of September, Nations Lending is offering a free home appraisal for buyers up to $495. Call 303-429-2500. The number again, 303-429-2500. Don and his team also serve veterans and the Spanish-speaking community. Visit nationslending.com/Don-Riggs. Nations Lending paid for today's segment. Stay with us.